Hey, what's going on, friends? My name is John Waldman. I'm a filmmaker based in New York. Today I want to talk about my EasyRig build for the Sony FX6. I've made some updates to this rig. The big one is this quick release system. Comes with these little knobs. You could get them, they come in 1/4 or 3/8. This is so freaking nice. I just keep that little nub on this top handle extension from Condor Blue, which I highly recommend this. The top is NATO, it has all these mounting points. Anyways, this just gives me quick access, you know, from the tripod, put this on, take it off. Make sure you take your camera off of the tripod or like loosen it up before you do that click, and then it's gonna wanna pull your tripod off and make it a lot harder to take the camera off the tripod. But that's number one. I don't know what this quick release system is exactly called, but when I sent my EasyRig in for repair, I got this added and I'm so freaking happy that I did. So I used to keep the monitor back here and I did it behind the rope so I could, you know, not have like a rope right in front of the screen, but I found myself when I was doing that, I was kind of like, keeping my neck was going up like this. And so when if the monitor was here, I could only bring the camera up so high. This took me a while to figure out a new solution. Seriously, so much trial and error of what works well, what doesn't. I finally landed on something that I think is really dope. I have this swivel mount from Condor Blue, and I attached a mini NATO rail to the side of my small HD Ultra 5. I also attached a small NATO rail to the top handle of the Sony FX6. Yeah, this is really dope. If I want to shoot high, here, I'll bring this down a little bit. You could twist it any which way when I'm shooting low, going down like this. This gives me the full flexibility of moving my monitor without, you know, having to sit there and like, let me unloosen the arm and then fix it. This is such a game changer when you're trying to snipe off a lot of shots. So I could not recommend this setup more with the EasyRig. When I first did it, I noticed the camera was kind of like, you know, going a little bit this way because this is a heavy monitor. These little small rig counterweights, I have two down here. I put one up here. They're like 15 mil rod, little adapters with like 1/4 threads. This I'm finding is just pretty nice balance. I'm looking at the leveler right here. Doesn't feel like the camera is going. This works great. It comes with me every shoot. And I've also, with the top handle, there is a hole for a 15 mil rod, so I got a mini one, and I put my viewfinder back here, and then I put the other counterweight over here. Yeah, I was finding that this was getting in the way when I wanted to add more things to the back. By putting one weight up here, and then the two weights here, I'm finding everything is really well balanced and not getting in the way of other things. I like to keep everything as dialed in as possible. I wanna save as much time when I'm on set. With the monitors, I got some of these right angle cables. These are nice. Got the D-Tap Delimo, SDI. I got these Condor Blue Mondo ties. They're good for, you know, cable management overall. This, I think it's ECM VG1. This shotgun mic I really like. I've used it as a boom mic overhead for an interview, even in a pinch. It's very solid. This lives on my camera, and it's also like 200 bucks, so that's really sick. One thing I will say, if you are, you know, getting an FX6 or any camera really, save your extra money just so you're able to buy your kit all at once. I made that mistake, and so everything's kind of piecemeal. So a bright tangerine base plate, 15 mil rods, wooden camera V-mount plate, which I really like. I'm using Shape quick play batteries, had these for years, doing me great. Condor Blue top handle, excellent, could not recommend it more. And then got a 70-200 right here. Another thing, the EasyRig, make sure when you get it, adjust this so you could bring this higher. So now, look at that, that's higher than shoulder length. Now, I don't know how long I would actually operate like that. It'd be kind of silly, like, brrr. Yeah, so just make sure you raise that up. Gives you flexibility for how high or how low. Of all the forms of stabilization that I use, this is always the one that I go towards. And I have, you know, several options in my kit, whether tripod, gimbal, the sack, the EasyRig, the shoulder rig. For a while, I was actually working on building a shoulder rig, but then I realized, well, different tools for different jobs, and a lot of the times I'm just still finding this gives me a little bit more versatility. I think I could shoot more. I also think it's nicer to your body. No weight. I don't know how it works. I still feel like I get most of it. If any weight towards the end of the day, it's gonna go towards my back, but I'm so used to using this, and again, just the on, off, boom. That's really satisfying. But yeah, so I love this. It's making this camera weightless. That's so important for your body. And I love being able to, I get a high shot, I get a low shot. And the way I have it with the monitor, it's just so easy to snipe shots off. Now, I do a lot of documentary work, corporate video, some commercial and branding content. For a lot of that documentary stuff, you just gotta get as much as you can, and sometimes you don't have a chance to, get something again. And this system that I've built, and this has taken time, a lot of, different trial and error, and now I finally feel really good about it, and that's why I wanted to make a video about it. Even though it's not too many things that are different than what I've had in the past, I feel really good about it. But if I get the call for a documentary, I'm picking this setup 10 out of 10 times. Talking about some things I guess I don't like with the EasyRig Minimax, this is just the regular arm. Finally got a chance to use the stable arm. That thing is so sick. It's like the big chunky one. Basically, that fixes one of my biggest gripes with this, and my biggest gripe with this is you really can't walk with this. You're gonna get this you're gonna walk and you're gonna get a little bit of the camera does a little hobble. So there's certain scenes that I just straight up can't capture. If it's a walk and talk, unless I am going far away, starting at 200, characters coming close to me, and then I zoom back out, that's pretty much the only way I could do it. A walk and talk will be much better suited with a gimbal, or cameras on your shoulder, you could kind of like walk with it, whatever. It also, depends on your lensing and that sort of thing, but that definitely is a bummer. Thankfully, I don't find myself in those scenarios too often, and when I do, there's usually another camera with a gimbal, which that camera could capture that scene. Another con with this is definitely a bit of I'm definitely taking up some space. This is not a small thing. Going around the city, it always attracts the crazies, dude. It's a bit of a distraction sometimes. It's definitely the mustache, right? No. This is not like a low-key setup, so it's pretty obvious, like, oh, he's filming something, and maybe we're somewhere where maybe we shouldn't be, and then they're like, what are you guys doing? But it also takes up a lot of real estate. I've been in like a classroom recently trying to shoot something, and I was like backing up, fucking boop, all the books go everywhere, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a klutz. So this does take up a decent amount of space. That is kind of a con. That's why sometimes it is nice, like having sometimes a more low profile setup, but it looks like I'm up to something, and I am up to something, and people are gonna ask, and sometimes it's people you don't want to talk to, whatever. Especially going around like Times Square, Penn Station, holy crap, dude. I've been harassed. But anyways, but still for me, like the cons of the rig, the pros still outweigh it all day. Like I feel so comfortable shooting this way. I really just have for years. And again, like it is just a tool. Like there's times where I'm like, no, we need a gimbal shot, and this is not a gimbal. It's really contextual for what's the project, what is this calling for. Anyways, I know this was a bit of a rant, a babble, whatever. I've been wanting to make this video because I'm like really stoked on this setup, and it's provided me a lot of value. It's provided my clients a lot of value. I get hired with this rig all the time, and I just wanted to talk about it. Yeah, let me know if you still want me to do the shoulder rig video, because there is actually some jobs that might be coming where I'm like, it actually might make sense to be on a shoulder. I don't know, we'll see. I'm Team EasyRig. Anyone else Team EasyRig? Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, I hope this was helpful in some way. Maybe you learned something, maybe you've never used an EasyRig and it intrigues you. I'll be making a new reel soon, and a lot of my footage will be with this setup. Anyways, guys, I have a couple more videos coming out soon, so stay tuned, subscribe. Love to get to 3K by year's end, so y'all know where to find me. It's nighttime, which, dude, it's so hard to freaking like, getting myself to do this is so difficult. I'm just looking around in this. Yeah, you see that? See the light back there? That's been pissing me off. I've been trying to cover that off. I don't have a lot of other options. So the key's over there. I was thinking I could do the key light on this side, but then I'm gonna get all the shadow right here, so I don't really have a lot of options. Could I have used the lantern instead of the light dome? Maybe. It's a little too late for that. Got the Topo Chico today. Topo Chico is the bomb. I don't know if y'all are hip. I'm sure you are. Why wouldn't you know what that is? All right, guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. It's been a long time since I got here and spoke on camera with lights in my face, but it feels good. All right.